The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And you think back to the success he had going to football to win last week, so naturally, he's going to come out throwing here, but that time, they couldn't connect.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a first carry here for the running back. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Right back to him on first down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. He gets it to Johnston. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. In motion, the tight end. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
2nd and 6. And he's got it. Touchdown. Quentin Johnston, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Looking to put a drive together.
Down. 33, yellow.
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And he fights forward for a minus 2-yard gain, second down. These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit.
Switch, yellow, ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving. A limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. This now a 3rd and 4.
Gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the first down. Now these guys might hesitate to count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
60 red. 60 red. Set.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Black 40.
A run up the middle with Irving. And at a 42-yard line here, brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. The Lions at 5 and 9 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready. Yellow, check pink. Ready?
On the handoff, this is Irving. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here we go, set. Red, 38. Hut, hut.
Once again, it's Irvin. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 44 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yellow, 22. Set.
Now a give, Irving running right. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's a handoff to Irvin. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Ready.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 1.
Ready. Blue, 32. Hut.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Taken down back at the 23-yard line.
Ready.
3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before they have.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, set. Come on, 38, 60 red. Blue striker. Watch out now, 50, flight blue. Smash, red. Zoom, black. Hut, hut.
Here's Ritter. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Devin Lloyd, the one to get home and earn that sack. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here is third and quite a ways.
Down. Yellow, 22. Go red, 6, hey, green. Ready?
Back to throw, Ritter. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Second and 5. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle. Second and 9. Now they'll shift things around. Second and 9 now. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first.
What's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Here we go. 60 red. Claws red. Smash red. Rail yellow. Ready.
Final play before the half. Here's Ritter. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to raise that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
40-yard line.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Yellow, lining. Set, go.
They'll run. This is Urban. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Here we go. Here we go. 33, yellow. Set.
A run with Irvin. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Down. Black. Cut.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down, looks like right at the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
3rd and 2.
Ready?
They'll try and run here with Irvin. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ritter to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First and goal.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here we go.
And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are even at 10 apiece. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
That's good. First down.
Now they'll audible to something else.
15. First down, Packers.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down and inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down, Green Bay.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Down to about the 37. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First down. First and goal, Green Bay.
And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for first and goal. It's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Here's another first and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
A 10-yard pickup. It's second and goal at the 7-yard line.
On second down, they'll run it here. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
And it's caught. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a fourth and goal.
A 5-yard pickup brings up fourth down and goal.
So with a fourth and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. Fourth and goal. Here we go. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Packers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the fourth quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is when you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Trouble, 38. Double up. Ready.
On the ground, it's Irvin. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here we go. White. Blaster. Fury. Yellow.
Ritter will set up to throw it. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners, who've had the receivers on lockdown.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
Third down.
Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Yeah, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
So when your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. In motion goes the tight end. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Lions are right back in this football game.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Set, punt. Set.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Ritter now. Looking right sideline, that's complete. He may go. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. 88 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Important extra point up and through. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. He's got McBride. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock. And they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well.
Part of a tie game in the fourth quarter. You and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there at 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that one too wide and incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Packers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series that's reestablished some confidence in him to run this offense.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
And they're on 17-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Dog red. Down. Blaster. 6. 50. Green. Drill green. Red. Cycle. Set.
Ritter. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense. Say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Here we go. Ready.
Ritter looks to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now Ritter. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Yellow. 20. Beetle blue. Ready.
Here's Ritter. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Just a critical breakdown defensively turns this into a huge play. And now you've got to get up to the ball and get moving.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's 1st down.
Here we go. Set. 60 red. 60 red. Switch. Yellow. Set. Go.
Up the middle they go. Irving.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now 2nd and 4.
Ready. 50. Blue striker. Set.
Ritter looking to throw it here. That's to the tight end Helm. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
First down and goal to go.
Now first and goal.
White. Ready. Black, 95. Hut.
Throwing now is Ritter. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost at fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Here we
The
go.
Lions will set up for the
Yellow,
2-point
43.
conversion.
Ready.
They're going to try and run for it. And he will not get into the end zone. The defense makes the stop of the game on the 2-point try, and they might just get out of here with a win after all. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is